Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 14, day 3. So today, of course, we're going to be wrapping up the final Guild War day. We have increased our amount of wins by 1 every single day, which means we got to go 5-0 today. Because if we go check our thing, we went, where is it? Let's see. We went 2-3, then 3-2, then 4-1, so we gotta go 5-0 today. So that's gonna be the game plan. Will we be able to get it? Who knows, but we're sure gonna try. Highly doubt it though. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Beyond that, of course, we have the standard weekly spoilers to go over all of the stuff since we are streaming on a Sunday. Of course, all the info is posted on Sunday night around this time, so we already have all of that good to go. And of course, thanks to Mulu, we did end up getting the Max Shiny, so we might as well mess around with it a little bit today, as yeah, after we get all of our battles in for Guild Wars, we will have the Shiny Ulf, or whatever his name was, as far as the current Shiny. It's definitely among a slightly weaker one that we've had. However, it's still usable. It does have a triple damage, true damage poke, pretty comparable to the middle range of Tina 9000, except it has a summon instead of a big armor gain. It also has, of course, not the spell reduction, but instead has like a small amount of skull reduction. The biggest issue with it is its in-kingdom synergy just isn't really quite there. Of course, Sword's Edge definitely not a pretty notorious location for true damage, and he very specifically needs the enemies to be hit with, you know, some amount of damage for him to be able to do his extra damage. On a non-Sword's Edge team, he could be a little bit better, but he's still ultimately weaker than obviously just putting like a Tesla or Beatrix or something on your team, but definitely still usable. If nothing else, really good synergy with Beatrix, so we'll have to do that. Test it with a Beatrix team and do like a mid-rarity kind of team with it. But yeah, I'll go get all the extra things we need to go get a max after we get our wins in today, so we can save ourselves like, you know, like 40 gems or so. Anyways, let's go over all the weekly spoilers first, and then, yeah, we'll go tackle Guild War for today. So, as far as this upcoming week, we got Defenders of the Night with the new, and of course we'll be covering the weekly video tomorrow. We're getting the new Raid Boss Troop of the Sedidus, 12 mana cost, blue-red. Deals a bunch of damage to an enemy, boosted by red gems at a boost ratio that I have no clue what, probably nothing too high, probably like a 1-to-1. If the enemy is a boss, of course, does up to 5 times additional damage based on their ascension, or its ascension, and then explodes 3 bad gargoyle gems, which are very unlikely to be on the board, but then again, given that this is a Hellcrag restriction week, there are a couple of those within the kingdom that you'd be able to go and utilize. The only thing that's a little bit annoying about this is that it says bad gargoyle gems and not just gargoyle gems. The fact that it's only specifically bad and not good means, you know, anything that creates good or creates randomly on them is going to be a little bit annoying for him, since he only very specifically does the bad ones, not the good ones. So, yeah, if it just said gargoyle gems, it would actually be kind of decent. But the fact that this is bad only makes it a little bit more annoying, but of course you could always synergize it with things that have bad gargoyle gem for the kingdom, but less synergy for anything that's good then. Because if it's only good, he gets 0 explodes. As far as the other troop, 12 mana cost green-brown, this one's for glory, creates 5 bad gargoyle gems and 5 poison gems, then gain an extra turn. That is actually really, really, really good. This is basically a very cheap way to 4 times poison the enemy, while also having the ability to apply a bunch of other stats effects to them, assuming you had something else on your team that can go and, you know, destroy all the bad gargoyle gems. It also having impervious and stone skin is kind of crazy. This is actually really strong. Too bad this isn't the shiny for the week. If this thing was shinied and it got down to 10 mana cost and this got even stronger somehow, this is actually really, really, really good. Especially because we're getting +1 with it with that one brown thing. So this is 6 bad gargoyle gems and 6 poison gems for extra turn. The extra turn is what makes it good. If it didn't say extra turn here, this would obviously be a very bad troop. But the extra turn aspect, this is a really good early game method for applying various stats effects pretty consistently. Only 12 mana costs, auto extra turn. You're even creating some green back into himself, up to 6 if you have the brown Astral Spire. And then, of course, you get all the negative stats effects from the bad gargoyle gem, though you do need some means of actually, you know, doing the bad gargoyle gems, you know, getting them exploded or destroyed through any means. We're also getting this useless weapon. Deals a bunch of damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by Hellcrag, you're never going to use it. But yeah, of these 3, the Glory Troop's actually looking kind of insane next week. Unfortunately, not the shiny of the week, the Raid Troop is. But anyways, let's go to the Guild War. So, also hello everyone, by the way. Hello Chris, hello Milo, hello Jets, hello yeah. Hello Renus, welcome, welcome, welcome. So far there are 0 wins on top. So, should I go bottom? No, we gotta go top. It's gonna be annoying because there's 2 really annoying teams we're gonna have to do here. We're gonna have to do a Dragon team here, but then we also have to do a Takshaka team. But yeah, let's go top. Alright, we're gonna have to keep readjusting our team based on what we need to do on a given battle. This one actually ended up using no hero, oddly enough. The final team that we ended up going with ended up going hero-less. I do want to go back to the Purple Dragon. The final battle that we're up against was really anti-red, so we couldn't run it because our whole team was basically red. So we had to go with the alternative strategy. However, of course, now we can, so let me go back to Flower Dragon. Let's see, Flower Dragon. What else do we have for this team? Because for this particular battle, we just need to go as quickly as possible. We should be able to one-shot with 1. I almost just want Purple Link, honestly. Give me, like, Archmagus class and, like, one other thing. Archmagus with pretty much any weapon as long as it doesn't block the thing. All this blocks, though. Is there anything that doesn't block? I might just have to go Anu. We're only doing this for the first battle. But I need something that doesn't block. Alright, we'll do that, and then the only other thing we need then is, I guess Shadow Dragon? Anything with Purple Link. And I'm pretty sure that's only Shadow Dragon. This looks like a really, really weird team, because it is. But we're only using this for the very, very first battle. Although I say that, if we really wanted to rush the Purple Dragon, this would be the way to do it. No. The problem with this is it's only good if you can kill the enemy in 1 cast. Which I should probably double check to make sure we actually have enough damage for that. I assume we do, but I didn't actually check. Oh, we're gonna need a cleanup hit. Because I'm not gonna have that stunned. The problem with that is Shadow Dragon does not do enough damage. Is there another purple in this kingdom that can do a cleanup hit high enough? Because Shadow Dragon is very dated and does like 0 damage. I need a purple that can one-shot the revive. I think a second Flower Dragon is the only thing that will be able to do it. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to just go 1 Flower Dragon and poke. But nothing seems to be able to hit high enough to do the poke. As we need a poke for, likely around an 80-ish, 90-something. We need a poke for like a 90-something. If we're doing true damage. Otherwise, we got to poke for about a, like a 180-ish. Which, of course, Purple Dragon does that. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do Purple Dragon, it looks like. That's fine. It is just for the first battle, of course. We're not gonna be using this for every battle. It's just to try to maximize our score that we get for this very, 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 very first one. And then go from there. So, hello, Jamie! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Anu Scepter, pretty good. It actually came out at launch. Like, it was one of the launch weapons in the game. Oddly enough, it wasn't used as much back then. Like, it was still used some. But, there's definitely been metas where it has gotten some usage. It's a very niche weapon, but it's definitely usable. It's never been the meta, but it has always been, like, not useless. There's never been a point where that weapon has been useless. It has never been best in slot, but it has never been useless. Which is kind of surprising for something that came out at launch, because there's almost nothing in the game that's in that category. The Anu Scepter is actually one of the few. Or it basically came out at launch, but was never useless ever at any point in the game's history. Because there's a lot of stuff that came out at launch that's just useless now. Pretty much everything. Nearly everything. Even things that were like really meta, like Alchemist and stuff, those strategies just aren't really as needed compared to like Empower options and all the other mana accumulation routes there are these days and, you know, the stuff like that. Alright, we're up against multiple persistences. This thing has a chance to devour, which makes me want to make my entire team immune to devour. Hypothetically. Is there no impervious? Am I spelling impervious wrong? Impervious. There's no imperviouses in this whole kingdom. Obviously, there's the immortal, but, that's not good. Alright, well, we can't go that strategy. Obviously, there's the invulnerable off of the, immortal. But, really? None? None. None? Oh, there's too many things with I'm in it. But, none? All these tanks and none of them got impervious? It's so unfortunate. Oh, so hello, Cookie. Welcome, welcome. Alright, honestly, I almost want to keep using the team I'm using right now. Is that bad? I kind of want to keep using this. For one reason and one reason only. Let's see, does he have Submerge? He doesn't. For one reason and one reason only. If I just double cast the Purple Dragon, we auto-win. Well, minus hero, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. I think I'm just going to go for it. This is a very, 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 very bad idea. But I'm just going for it. We're going to go Anu into double Flower Dragon into Graveseer. This is banking a lot on our Graveseer getting good value turn 1. This is banking pretty much the entire battle on Graveseer doing good value on turn 1. It did okay value. Nothing too crazy. We got one Purple Dragon. Unfortunately, he just denied all my color of purple. But luckily, they use other colors that aren't just purple. Though purple is their primary one. I'm actually surprised that didn't extra turn for him. Anu's going to get up automatically soon. Before we do, I'm just going to go and clear out pretty much everything. And then we'll get Anu on the following turn. But for now, we just take a yellow and see what we can do from there. And now we play... Where does Anu click? Oh, never mind. I don't have the mana yet. Though the answer would be brown. I gotta take a yellow over here, it looks like. Oh, but that gives him extra turn blue. I might have to take a blue here. The problem is I don't need the mana. Because I'm already gonna have full mana next turn. But I don't want to give him extra turn blue. Especially because he's running elementals right now. So I think I'll just take this blue to the left. It doesn't do anything since we already have full mana next turn, but it makes it so he doesn't get anything. So we do that. He gives us a skull there. Alright, now let's play. Where on earth do we use Anu? Alright, so this is going to go down by 2. This is going to go down by 2. Unfortunately, this does not go down by 1. Otherwise, we'd get a skull there. I was just going to put this in the inverse where it's going to be skull, skull, skull. Unfortunately, they will not be aligned. Doing it on blue does not bring the other thing low enough. Oh yeah, that was one thing they changed. I believe Anu didn't used to be able to hit blue. But now you can. If I'm not mistaken, you can do blue with it now. I remember at one point you weren't able to. I'm not sure if that's still the case. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't used it in so long that I'm actually not sure. I don't want to do this. So, of course, we also have to consider what we need to deny from him, which is yellow and brown are the two main noteworthy things in that category. Taking yellow does not give him any skull there. Taking brown just moves everything down by 1 in that area. I think this might just be a destroy yellow angle. Just try and double check everything that we end up getting from it. Also gives us some brown extra turn chance because that whole thing has a chance of giving us triple. So yeah, I think this is a take yellow angle. I just hope he doesn't get follow-up brown. I can also alternatively take a skull here. Which honestly I might just do. This seems like the simplest way to do this right now. That does force him to get a summon, but that's fine. Alright, now let's figure out what we want to do here. Oh, so hello, Isabel! Hello, Clip Bomb! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Can we get an extra turn here? If I remove yellow, green. No. Blue, no. Red. Purple. Yellow. I'm not seeing a good option. No, actually there is one. He's about to explode all green gems. I should probably hit green. I don't need green. But technically he does. So I'm going to do green here. Just so he does almost no value from his ability here. So he explodes one single gem. He still gets the summon. But he only exploded one singular gem. And we have Purple Dragon up and then we kill. Are we just running this team the whole time? Because I'm tempted. This was originally just to quick kill the first battle. But in theory, it could quick kill everything if it goes well. We're going to try it. It's probably a really bad idea. But we're going to try killing everything with this team. And see how that ends up going. Alright, so he's using Ember Claw to speed up a Flower Dragon and the 50% mana start into Elementals into we will definitely 100% chance to lose this battle. However, if we can go quick enough, maybe we won't. Alright, this is definitely a 100% we lose angle, but we do two-shot his team. Even with 25% reduction, we have 400 something damage. That is still one shot, right? No, yeah, barely. It's still barely one shots Flower Dragon. Or, you know, both of them casting. Or, you know, two shot. Like, casting this twice should wipe his whole team. Alright, let's give it a shot and see what happens. It's worked so far. Alright, starting board looks amazing. Us being frozen on purple, not so much. But I have to go for it. It's too much value to not click. Alright, and now we lose. But it was fun to try. It was a good attempt by this team. But, yeah, it's quick kill Flower Dragon team. What can you expect? Even if we Anu that, we die to Ember Claw plus Essence. Let's see. Well, I tried. We got a good turn one at least. But that was kind of to be expected. This might be where the wins end. Alright, let's see what do we get for the other battle. Alright, same team. Wonderful. Alright, round 2. It'll eventually win, right? If we try enough times. Alright. Oh, how do I want to do this? We are not frozen on purple this time. However, we also don't have alignment. I think I just take this yellow vertically so we have surge chance. He did not get anything crazy. Oddly enough, I cannot use this wild card he created. Green to purple still does nothing. I'll try to get an Anu going. I did not get surge. Very unfortunate. We are unfrozen on purple, as well as everything. But we have no way to utilize that unfreeze. We do have an interesting situation here. I can extra turn. Oh, I gotta take this slow. But I kind of want to try for the red or the triple purple from Sky or the triple yellow. Actually, wow, there's so many triples that get an extra turn here. We get an extra turn if we click here based on several things. We would get it based on red if 2 reds fall. We would get it based on purple if 3 purples fall. We'd get it on yellow if 3 yellows fall. And we would get it on brown if 3 browns fall. And there's a brown storm. Do we gamble that 3 of the same gem or 2 reds are going to fall here? No. Yep, it didn't happen. It was skull blue. Good thing we didn't. If we were in a really desperate situation, that was the only thing to do, we would have. But it wasn't the only thing we could have done, so we didn't. One thing we can do, though, we can guarantee get us alignment here. So I could take this blue to get this purple extra turn. And then with that, we can go click on Graveseer to go get all of our purple mana we need, but also, of course, extra turn on it. We then need to not cast, because I need to go get the rest of our mana. So we need to do anything we can to try to get as much mana as possible. We're going to Skull Distract over here and move it over, and then try for the blue from Sky. We did not get the blue from Sky, but we did get a purple from Sky. And the Essence of Evil, the wrong one. So as long as Flower Dragon doesn't do anything too crazy here, we should be in a pretty good position here. Though Flower Dragon is going to do something crazy and auto-win probably. But let's hope it doesn't. Nope, it did. Wait, it's not over yet. Though it's pretty much over yet. Wait, is this not enough damage? I thought it was earlier. Nope, it survives with 1! No, in all fairness, even if it did die, I think we still would have died to Essence of Evil. But it just survived with 1 HP. That is crazy. Oh, good. This one's easier, kind of. Keyword on the kind of. In theory, this battle's easier. We do have the extra turn immediately. He does not have any freeze. Actually, what's he even... Oh, he got the flash freeze on Hero. I was gonna say. It's kind of surprising that it had none. Do we remove blue here? How do we do this? No, I just take the 5 times purple and we're good to go. So we did that. We then basically just keep taking every extra turn until everything's off the board. Whenever that happens, there's so many stuff. Alright. Now we just double cast this. Why couldn't this have been the first battle? Look at how free this battle was. Because there's no way he auto wins this turn unless he goes really crazy with green, but there's like 4 green on the board. Oh, and we extra turned off a purple flower. He did get summoned, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much. Why couldn't this been the first battle? Do we try for Skull for Sky? Because I'm tempted to. I'm also tempted just to click yellow. I'm gonna take just this normal Skull and then take yellow. And now we take yellow just to get a ton of mana. And it was killed with Purple Dragon. That was so free. Why couldn't have that been the first battle? Unfortunate. Oh, he won. But yeah, we got 3-2 ultimately. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Anyways, let's go buy the rest of the rewards. It's going to cost us, what is that? 60 gems? That's barely anything. Confirm. Buy another set. Confirm. Buy another set. Confirm. And collect all. But there we go. We got the shiny Ulf all the way maxed. 20 burning marks, a full set of the medals, or, you know, the glory things. Gold and silver icons to save us some time on PvP later. And some shiny keys. Oh yeah, and a major orb. And nothing in the major orb, unfortunately. But there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot. We didn't have to buy another one. I was wondering, like, why didn't I have to buy another one? Duh, because you only need 18 wins, not 20. Even though you can get 20 wins, you only need 18 for all rewards. Alright, so only 60 gems, not too bad. But it's basically 10 gems per win that you need, effectively. But there we go. But, of course, now we have Max Ulf, whatever that guy's called, the Ulf Harrigan. We have him as max as it could be. We even got him gold elite level, which is kind of funny because he kind of paid for himself in that regard because we used the 3 medals on him. But, yeah, he's okay. He's a triple damage, true damage poke, and if the enemy is wounded, deals a bunch of true damage to it. Might as well mess with it now. Because we have central PvP anyway, so we can go use it over there. So, oh yeah, this is still the Malice team from where we're showing it from the Immortal from, this Monday. When we're messing around with that. Alright, what do we need here? We need, I'm gonna do Beatrix. I think Beatrix would be the easiest way to run this. Oops, I did double B instead of double E. So we'll go Beatrix. We'll go Wand of Stars, obviously. And honestly, I might just go Leprechaun just to kind of hold it down. Also gives an extra green to Beatrix, of course. Of course, there are slightly stronger stuff we could put here, like Tesla and the such. But, let's see what we can do in this kind of context. Alright, anything else we need to switch out? Green and... I guess this green-blue seems fine. Could also do green-brown. Actually, let me do green-brown. Because we're feeding brown back into the weapon, but also into the other thing. Alright, that should be everything we need. And then just to make sure we can hit, we'll go mech. Mechanist class. Alright, that should be everything we need. Let me go copy this team over. And let's go try this in Central PvP. We gotta do 5 of those battles today anyway, so... oh, before we do though, let me go and take our extra bonus. Before I go do those battles. Just so we could do it quickly with Flower Dragon. But then I'll go replace out Flower Dragon for the other team. Also, thank you, Ron, for the $2. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. But yeah, if nothing else, Guild Wars is always a lot of fun to do. Even if you end up losing a bunch because it's a really bad category week like this week. Although I'm curious to see what next season's going to be, or, you know, next month's one. Oh wait, I just realized we won't be around for it, though. I'll probably do a community post mentioning what our team was. But yeah, depending on where Guild Wars falls, we'll know the calendar by next week. I might not be here. Hopefully it's the weekend before I go. Because I believe I'm leaving on a Monday. I need to go double check the exact date. Actually, I know the exact date. I just don't know what date it falls on. It is... Actually, now that I say that. Yeah, I think it's the 24th? Yeah, I'm leaving on a Sunday. Which is basically a Saturday. Which means if Guild War is that weekend, I would still be able to do the first 2 days, if nothing else. But, that would be all we'd be able to do. Because Saturday I would need to get to bed early, and Sunday, you know, I'll be gone. It's anniversary, all-week celebration. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the last of our chain of streams will be tomorrow for the weekly stuff. Yeah, we'll know the restriction by Monday. I'm not sure if I'll know it by the time we do the Monday video, because sometimes it's not up the first few hours. But we'll know it by the time, of tomorrow night's stream, is what I was trying to get at. I'm trying to think of what I was trying to say. But we might not know what it is by tomorrow's video if I record it too early. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be up that early, so... yeah, we'll probably know by then. Because the first few hours or so, it's not up yet. How's the calendar looking? We don't currently know the calendar for next month. We'll probably get it by this Friday. Alright, let me go paste in the other team that we're gonna go do. Oh, we could do Beatrix versus Beatrix. So this would be interesting. We're running a, so let's see what this does. We're running a true damage Ulf team against a true damage Weaver, Ruby, everything else team with Beatrix. So let's see the difference between the two. Obviously, Ulf is not the strongest true damager in the entire game, but, let's see if we can make it work here. One nice thing about his damage is he does get to concentrate it, but so does Tesla. But let's see what he can ultimately do. So obviously we want to do Beatrix first so that we can chip them down into kill range. And he doesn't have any extra turn potential. As you can see, get our triple kill there because they were all damaged. And then he concentrates all 3 of the hits on the remaining enemy as well. So even if they had really high durability, it would die. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not like the most insane thing out there, but it's not bad. Like, it at least makes him usable if nothing else. Like, I don't think I would have ever used him without his shininess. But, you know, now that he has it, it's like, okay, yeah, we could kind of bring him out. Maybe there'll be a Knight Human, or probably not Swords Edge, though. But there oh, then again, not Human either, because then you have Tesla. But there might be a Knight team in the future where we might end up utilizing it. Knight might be the only category I think we'd realistically use them in over another option. Because Human, you would use Tesla. Swords Edge, you just can't get away with them. There's just the Flower Dragon, other stuff you would use. But, that is one category you could use him in. Knight. He would work for Knight. That is, like, the one thing you could use him for. Or if you somehow don't own Tesla, I guess. Or Tina 9000. Or any troop similar to him. But honestly, he is doing a lot better than I thought he would. He's basically the middle range of Tina 9000's damage. So you're basically hitting right in the middle. And instead of getting armor, you're getting a summon. Because he does have resummon. We're probably not going to see it a single time. But he does have resummon. He gets to summon an Ulf's mascot. A very average troop, but it's still a meat shield nonetheless. So against a Skull Spam team, it might end up being useful. How's the prep for the 3-month trip? Still several things I need to get done. That's getting there. I still can't believe it's only in almost like 3 weeks now. It's like so close. Like a little under a month. Oh yeah, I forgot. We could also do Poison to go and do this. The only problem is Poison's 50-50, so it's not guaranteed. A Bleed Gem would be more consistent or something similar, though. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Bleed Gem only applies to 1, not all enemies. But yeah, I should be fully prepared probably by about 2 weeks from now, I would assume. What's up, Mini? Welcome, welcome. Though the one tooth that I just got done the other week, it's still been bothering me. Not sure if I should get that checked again before the trip or after the trip. I kind of want to do it after just to see if it's still bothering me. Like, it feels like they dug too deep in when they did the thing. Because whenever I put like immense pressure on it, it feels weird. Like light pressure when chewing something really soft is fine. But anything that's even like slightly harder just feels like a weird pain on it. It's the only tooth bothering me these days though. The rest of them are fine at this point, which is good. But yeah, overall, this guy's not that bad. He's honestly a lot better than I thought he'd be. There's just a lot of true damagers you would use over this in most situations. The only time I could ever think of bringing him out is maybe a 4x Knight team. Even then, that applies you're running a 4 times true damage knight team. And not like a skull spam knight or a, you know, physical damage knight with like Guard's Avatar or something. But no, Beatrix plus him, you know, it's kind of getting the job done. I just wish he hit 4 enemies instead of 3. If this guy hit 4, I would say he was actually pretty decent. The biggest thing holding him back at this point is the fact he only hits 3. If he had all 4 of them with that kind of damage, he would actually be a really solid troop. But the fact he only does 3 is really holding him back. He would have actually benefited a lot more if his special ability was hitting 4 instead of doing 10 extra damage. Because what he gets from Shiny level 2 is just 10 more true damage when they're damaged. If it would have been another hit instead, that would have been so much better. I don't know, he's getting the job done though. But yeah, that's him. Also, we got all of the PvP done as well just from doing that. So that's convenient. We're done with PvP now. But yeah, that's the new guy. Yeah, it's not bad. He basically hits the true damage of Tina 9000's middle range while having summon instead of armor gain. But anyways, I saw this earlier. We got the VIP key again. This is even rare because we only have 2 of these instead of 3 every single day. But yeah, we got the VIP key thing. We haven't had this in like half a year or so. But there are a few ways that free-to-play can earn VIP keys. Some of them are the anniversary events. Some of them are, you know, some other random things here and there. I think even the Angel can end up giving it occasionally. But one of the other ways is the daily venture thingy. There is a small chance, like maybe like twice a year, that you could end up getting VIP keys on a given day, as well as 10 gem keys. But it's one of the only few ways to get them. What is our VIP key stack at these days? We're at 172. I almost have enough to click 200. We almost have enough for this to be 201, and the number doesn't even show the full 200. Because I have actually never done a 200 VIP key opening. We might have to do that at some point. I'm not sure if it's ever been done. I'm pretty sure someone must have had by this point. But I'm not sure there's any recording of anyone doing a 200 VIP opening. Well, you definitely have to let them tick down one at a time. Because normally you can only open 50 at a time if you spend gems. Because there is no buy 200 option when you're doing gems. So the only way you could ever open 200 VIP keys is if you physically have 200 VIP keys. You can't do it with gems. So, yeah, I'm not sure how many people ever have. The number has to be very small. But yeah, we've been hoarding those for a long while. Like, that's more than 5 years of hoarding VIP keys. I'm not even sure how long that's been. Maybe 6 or 7? Oh, no. But yeah, around 6 or 7 years. Maybe even slightly longer than that. But that's a very long stack. And we're not even there yet. We're still like 26 short or something, even after the +2 today. But yeah, we'll have to do a 200 VIP key opening at some point. In like 3 years from now. Or 2 years from now, however long it takes to get there. But whenever we have them in a couple years from now, we gotta do a 200 VIP key opening. We definitely got to make sure we do it when it's not an exclusive Mythic week, though. Because they have really good chance for Mythics. They even increased the rate a couple years ago. Like 3 or 4 years ago, they actually buffed VIP keys to make the Mythic rate even higher on them. Mostly because of how many more Mythics there's been since then they originally came out. But they got quite a bit of a buff a couple years ago or so. And I've actually never opened any since the buff, oddly enough. Just because we've been hoarding them for so long. But yeah, we'll do a 200 buffed VIP key opening in like 2 years from now. However long it takes to get like 26 more. Because it's pretty random, and obviously I don't buy any of the money ones. Though there are some money ones you can end up getting it from. Like for example, if you buy the big campaign pass, you get like 5 VIP keys every single time. I haven't been buying those lately. But yeah, you do get 5 there, which would add to the stack. But otherwise, we just get them through things like this. But yeah, at some point we'll get 26 more. It'll take a while, though. It'll take a good while. Hello, Tyrion! Welcome, welcome. Alright, there we go. Double VIP key. Love to see it. So, what do we need to get around to right now? Because, if I'm not mistaken, my guild finished Tower of Doom. Also, don't forget, final 6 hours to finish the campaign if you haven't already, though. I'm pretty sure everyone here has already done that. If you somehow haven't finished something on campaign, 6 hours left. You might want to prioritize the deed books or the gold glory thingy. But, yeah, 6 hours left on that. From the 10 weeks that's been going on. But yeah, campaign ends soon. Tower of Doom. Luckily, the guild has indeed finished it. Thank you, Gerudo and HP Herm, for doing so much scouting. I would give you the gem gift, but I'm running low because the game hasn't been giving me any recently. I think I have like 1 left, so I don't even have enough to give it to both of them. Otherwise, I would. We get 5 shinies of the 1 trip this week, some Dragonite, you know, all the other stuff. And nothing in the orb. Really bad on orbs today. Alright, Guild Wars, we already finished, and we went over to Shiny Troop, as we did go and get the pack, thanks to Mulu. And, unfortunately, I think we lost every Guild War day, but if nothing else, at least next Guild War is going to be really easy. Alright, also, hopefully it's a better category than what this was, gosh. Yeah, I think a dungeon's the only thing left. We just got to clear out daily dungeon, and then the only thing we got to go do is do the entire week's worth of Underspire. Alright, good, bad, good, good, bad. Oh, weakness trap's really bad. It's like the only bad one you can get on a Sunday. Because the other effect that you ever get on a Sunday is like nothing. But the 20% less stats really slows things down. It's actually crazy how much 20% makes a difference for a lot of battles. Which really goes to show just how much of a disadvantage you kind of are in early game when you have lower stats. Because we're at pretty much like max stats, and having 20% lower than that feels like no stats at all. Which is kind of crazy. Because there's a lot of people playing the game with even lower stats than that. Especially in like early game. Luckily, you earn most of those stats when you're your first year of playing, though. Not all of them, but a good number of it. Alright, there we go. Everything for dungeon cleared. Alright, the only daily, weekly, anything else lead that we haven't finished seasonally that we need to go do is Underspire. So before I do, was the PvP thing any good this week? I always forget to keep checking it. I know this is pretty bad this week season, so I probably won't need to bother with it. But I still kind of want to check. If I go to PvP goals, no, not that. Oh yeah, I need to go use the hour booster. I don't think we're going to use all of that right now, but yeah, start using some of it. Alright, there we go. I forgot we have that. I might waste some of it this week. Alright, we did that. We did that. All this we don't need. I still take it. Might as well use all the boosters at once. We even go throw the other one in for a little bit. Save the other 2 for later, though. Alright, so... Alright, we good to go? Should be everything. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the chest. That's what the whole reason I came here. Yeah, there's nothing there. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so let's go clear through the entirety of Underspire. And after that, we'll open this one vault key too real quick. And then after that, I guess maybe a little bit of Explore 12. Just so we can get a little bit of that value in. I think I'm going to do it for the whole hour, but, you know, I'm going to do some of it if nothing else. Oh, Major Orb. Unfortunately, our Major Orb luck has been horrifically bad today. Like, really, really bad. Alright, oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Don't forget to do this weekly as well if you haven't finished it. Almost forgot this is even a thing. But you gotta kill a bunch of red enemies to get 320 Astral Stars. Highly, highly advise doing this. This is insanely good. You can do this once per month, one week per month. Also, that symbol is broken. But, yeah, it's really, really, really good. Don't forget to claim this if you haven't already and get your red kills in. I forgot about that since that gets done automatically. But if you haven't gotten the red kills for that, you might want to go and, head to Pride Land, or do we have red PvP this week? We do not, unfortunately. However, there are some categories that are pretty red heavy, like Daemon. Like if you go to Daemon, a lot of Daemons are red. But at that point, you're probably just quicker out just doing Explore 1. Anyways, let's go do Underspire. So, we have 42 torches. We're going to use every last torch and see what we can do in Underspire then. And that'll probably be the rest of the stream then. Let's get in everything we got to go do it for Underspire. Alright, we have yellow to purple. Can we do anything with that? No. How about now? No. Still clicking it though. So we have a pretty good damage source this time around. And honestly, not that bad of a mana accumulator either. Yet it's still not wanting to go to full mana. And Greed we just don't cast until the end, and then we cash it in for extra gold. And that gold does get boosted by the gold bonus we have right now. So the double gold bonus that we have going on from the PvP thingy, that 1 hour booster, that does increase Greed's amount of gold. So this is partially a gold farming team. It doesn't have a bunch of Cedrics or anything, because obviously we can't do that for this restriction. However, it is technically still gold farming. So before the end of every single battle, we're going to click them. And that caps out our 100 gold. And 100 might not sound like a lot, but it gets boosted by all the other bonuses to become a way bigger number. So since we're under the effect of the double, we definitely want to go for it. We're going to be doing that regardless. But now it's even more worth doing it. That used to be a strategy quite a bit in the past. I don't feel like I've really utilized it much in recent times. Mostly because it's the same color as Leprechaun. You know, more often than not, you're just better off putting one Leprechaun on your team. But, yeah, it's been a strategy that's been around for a long, long time. Like one Greed on the team just to cap out gold. It's just not really worth using in most situations. But since we're forced to have to use Center Mirage, you know, in that kind of context, it's worth it. Because you already have to use a pure Center Mirage team anyways, might as well get the free value. Because Kingdom doesn't have that many good troops. And we're mostly utilizing him for his 1 explode. He does 1 explode at start of battle like almost everything in the Kingdom. And we could also put him into first slot as a meat shield without him blocking our mana. So he's not blocking Hero's green at all, even though he uses green. Which allows us to get book up easier to get everything going. Which is another strategy that I don't always do, but is pretty powerful. Just putting an Empower in your first slot. Because it's guaranteed not to block your mana. I feel like the only team I really use that for these days is like a 4x elf team. But you can use it on any team in the game. It doesn't have to be 4x elf. Like every team could benefit from having an Empower in first slot. I can't grab either the 2 manas I want. I'm just going to convert this, I guess. Makes our future turns a little bit better. I wish we were at full mana. There we go. Wow, we actually turned that. Nice. Alright, do we go for anything here? We'll take that over. We have a big convert there. Nice. That's full mana. Let's do that right into the hit. Good to go. I'm not sure if we're going the right way just because we had a chest there. And whenever they have like a special room like that, it makes the level thing a little bit weird. Because those rooms' level ranges are a bit different than what the normal ones would end up utilizing. So you can't really do the normal go highest level method anymore. That's the only bad thing about some of those new good rooms. Like the treasure rooms and such. Because when they're on a split path like that, you can't use them to determine which path is higher level. As they have a base value that's a bit different than an average room. Alright, what do we need here? I'll take that one over. Alright, that's everything we need. Do our greed, get max gold. Alright, we're probably heading the wrong way, but we'll go over here. Oh yeah, you can do that too. If you open Vault Keys, you're guaranteed to get a triple red battle. Almost forgot about that. That's like the one and only color that you can farm that way. Since there's no point in doing the one Cedric for, you know, blue-yellow. Yeah, you get a guaranteed triple red battle whenever you do a Vault Key. Though Epic Volkey only has 2. But normal Volkey has 3 reds in it. Oh, stretch. Okay, I have a feeling we're going the wrong way. But we'll find out in one room. If this next room isn't the door, we have gone the wrong way. Oops, I almost cast a Greed now. That'd be extremely wrong order. We'd be blocking our entire mana pool. Now you cast Greed. I almost casted it before the other Empower. That would have been a huge fail. Yeah, dead end. Oh, wow, this dead end was so worth it, though. 50 Dragonite? Good thing we went to that dead end. Hold up. That's one of the more valuable dead ends we've seen in a while. Good thing we went the wrong way. That is some insane value of dead end right there. Where's all my mana? There's so much mana on the board, but none of it I need. Come on, one short. You're almost there. Oh, come on, one short again. You're almost there. We'd have to use this just to get the full mana. Oh, there was a purple extra turn that could have taken Noble. But there we go. Oh, double dead end? Well, that's kind of to be expected since that one was a dead end. But of course, we'll take these. Who knows? Maybe today's the day. With a drop like that on that dead end, maybe today's the day we get the final Guardian. Today could be the day. Once again, he is just barely not at full mana. Alright, we got Aranias. That's not the worst thing that could have been. There are definitely worse drops out there. Alright, what do we want here? Take a purple. At some point we'll be allowed to have a turn. And when we do, he will be dead. There we go. Nope, 10 Writs. Yeah, that'd be amazing if we got the Guardian Troop today. To end out the 10-year anniversary week. Highly doubt it, though. At this point, we're getting it whenever it comes in Soulforge. They mentioned they're likely going to add it to Soulforge at some future patch. We don't know what it will cost in Soulforge, but whatever it is, we got to go for it. Obviously souls, but, you know, we don't know if it's going to be diamonds, gems, what other, you know, related stuff you might need for it. Hopefully it's diamonds. Because if it is, it could be any number and we click it. It could say 10,000 diamonds and we would click it. Which is like 2.5 mythics. I would click it for 10,000. Honestly, I would even click it for 20,000. I don't think I would click it for 30,000 though. I think 25,000 is the highest number I would click. But even then, we oh wait, I did that wrong. No! Why'd I do that? I just blocked my purple like crazy. Whoops. It was bound to happen eventually. But yeah, I think 25,000 diamonds is the highest I would ever pay for one of those. Even though we probably have like over 100,000 diamonds or something. Which, how many diamonds do we have these days? I know it's something absurd. I know it's some kind of big 6-digit number, though. I don't think it's 7-digit, though. That's some kind of insane 6-digit number. Let me see. Oh, we got a boat. Do I need the boat? I do not need the boat. How many diamonds do we have? We have 229,238. So yeah, we basically have 230,000 diamonds. So if it was 25,000, it would be 10% of our total diamonds. I highly doubt it would be that much, though. I feel like 10,000 would be the highest it would be. And even that's pushing it. Because that's already 2.5 mythics for something way, way, way weaker than a mythic. Right, we don't have alignment, and our explodes kind of got more in the way than help. Alright, good. He did not get any resummon. We're still trying to look for that floor 2 portal. That's the main thing we're trying to find here. We'll take that one over. Yellow's probably a bit better to take since there's no good convert here. Unfortunately, we did not surge, so we gotta take another turn just to get the mana up. Somehow still not at full mana. There we go. Alright, what other path do we still have left? Just down? Looks like down's the only one. Because the stuff in tier 1 we don't quite want to take yet. Because from what I can tell, the portal can never exist in floor 1. Floor 2 is the earliest it ever pops in at. We don't have alignment. We're just gonna have to explode everything. And we still don't have alignment. Ooh, orb. It's not quite a portal, but unfortunately we're not going to be that deep. Unless our portal's going over there, that's not going to help us. But who knows? Maybe our portal's going there soon. In which case that will help us a lot. But the portal would have to bring us to that floor for that to do anything at all. At this rate, they're going to die to skulls before I could even get full mana. Not ideal. How are you still not full mana? At this point, I might as well just pass my turn. Oh, we definitely gotta take the treasure chest. Because every dead end could be a portal. And we already found the merchant for this floor, so we don't need to worry about that. But that was for this floor, right? It should have been, yeah. Because it couldn't have been for floor 1, because floor 1 doesn't have one. Or, you know, it does, but it's on primary path. So yeah, we definitely already found the merchant for this floor. So every dead end could be the right dead end. Because we're looking more so for the portal. We still need to find the boss room too, but we're looking more so for the portal room. $25 writs. We're starting to get slightly higher. Still does almost nothing though. I keep thinking he's gonna like explode or something. I keep trying to click him as if he's Leprechaun. Yeah, we have no alignment whatsoever here. All of that did not help us get alignment. But it did help us get full mana. But no yellow to purple convert. Oh, we found it. That's what I was looking for. Before I do any... Oh, nice! Wow. That is perfect. So we know where the door is. Wow. That is one of the better scouts we've got in a while. Mostly because it tells us where the door is. Which means we know we need to go down. But then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. I gotta go up then right, I think. Oh no, this is weird. Because based on this info, this is probably our primary path. Which makes this kind of awkward. Though it could be the other way. Hold up. Where's this gate going? No. This one's primary path leading into it. Right here is primary path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this a 5 off gate? It might be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might just be a 5 off gate. It's hard to tell. This is either primary path or a 5 off gate. I guess we'll know the second we step out. Because if this is a 5 off gate, bottom should be a dead end room. Actually, let me do that now just so we know. Because that's pretty much will determine if it's primary path or not. The bottom room here needs to be a dead end. If it's not, then this is almost guaranteed primary path. And not a dead end room. I don't know, find out in a second. I forgot, they were a lot more durable. I was casting Greedus if we won the battle. We did not win the battle yet. I forgot, we're at the 2-shot range. It's the only problem with doing battles over here. It could take a lot longer. Maybe I had a double cast a dragon. Yep, dead end. Alright. Oh, that means this is previous floor then. Interesting. I was expecting the dead end to be bottom, not top. Alright, that means this scouting probably gives us no info then. It's really interesting. Wait, that's the same keystone, is it not? Wait, this is part of this. We can tell based on the keystone. Which means we don't want to go left here, we want to go bottom. Is what that means. Because going left is leading back to primary path. But then what's bottom doing then? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Wait, I'm so confused. Because is that not the yellow keystone? And is that not the yellow door? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means primary path would have to be here. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means there's a door right there. There's a door right here, and this is the primary path right there. Which means I gotta be taking anything that doesn't lead towards it. But then where does this go? Where does bottom go? We'll figure that out in a second. First things first. Let's go find a dead end in floor 2 and go double it, because that's for double Imperial. So I do want to double that Imperial. Let's go figure out where that is. This one's already pretty heavily scouted, so let me do this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let me do this one first. Because this one's already pretty much at the end of its path. Then, if it's not over here, I'll go do the other path. And then we'll go into that deep area and figure out what's going on there. But I really like the portal mechanic. Really makes you think. It's quite a bit different gameplay-wise compared to anything else. Because every other thing they added in that update doesn't really change how you go about playing. Other than, I guess, maybe the scouting thing. But the portal 100% does. The portal does, and technically the scouting orb does. But the portal really, really, really changes up how you go about it. And it's probably the best thing they've done for Underspire's gameplay. Because every other edition was mostly just, here's some free loot. But that's the only one that actually changed up the gameplay quite heavily. And the portal slightly, but nowhere near as much. Because the portal, or the scouting orb basically just does what a lantern already would have. It's what they tried to do with lanterns, but no one uses their lanterns to scout because it's just a waste. I think I did on when it came out, just for the fun of it. Like literally the day it came out, because we were going away for like a week to see family or something at the time. So, you know, we were kind of messing around with it a bunch. I think that's the only time I ever scouted with them, because obviously it's a waste of lanterns. But that was kind of the intention with it, is like, oh, you could use it to double your loot or to scout. But it was never worth using them to scout. But what is worth using to scout is the free scouting room that they added with the Wave 2 update of the Underspire. Alright, what can we do with this? Give me yellow. I was gonna go for the explode. Oh, I should double check for yellow off the shuffle. Yellow to purple alignment. Because we might have had one there. Alright, where's full mana at? There we go. Alright, do we have alignment? No. We do have mana, but I don't think it's worth converting that over. Yeah, we hit the trap, but that's fine. Doesn't really do anything. Alright, it should be full mana. And it was greed straight into dragon. There it is. Okay, I'm going to use a lantern here. Oh, nice. 25 curse runes. This is for double Imperial. We're getting to the point with kingdom upgrades where I actually do kind of need a little bit more Imperials here and there. So I will occasionally, maybe not every single week, but I will start occasionally. I've done some in the past as well, but a little bit more occasionally. I'll be throwing a double onto the floor 2. Because floor 2 gives double Imperial if you throw it. Gives you a free Imperial for your lantern. Alright, now obviously we don't go through there. And now let's go head over through the door. Into the door. Alright. So, this obviously branches left and down. From what I could tell, we want to go down. Because left looks like it goes right back to the primary path thing. But in all fairness, both should go back to a primary path. Unless that one leads to like a weird half dead end. Which is what I'm confused about, because the door says yellow door for the merchant. But for that to be true, going down can't possibly go that far. It must be like one room deep. Because I'm really confused if it keeps going down. Ooh, 4 times barrier is really bad. I have to cast this not for the purple, but for the curse. That's the other problem with these battles too at the deeper end. Gotta do the really, really slow wins. Now that we need double cast to go win with. I'm kind of confused about that. I'm gonna go over here though because there's treasure chest, so I guess we'll follow the path for a little bit. At this point, I do kind of want to backtrack to floor 1. But I kind of don't want to do it yet because I want to find the dead end room in this area. Actually, does anyone remember what the boss room is for the yellow door? Because I completely forget if that's 5th boss or 4th. Because if it's 4th, we want to double that for double silver. If it's 5th, I completely forget what the 5th reward is. I feel like it's something bad. Or, you know, something that's not that worth. Like, it's not so bad that we wouldn't want it, but it's bad enough that we definitely wouldn't double it. Alright, so this we already know. That's going to lead back to primary path thingy. We already know this is whole path already because this is scout. Yeah, this is 5th? Okay. Yeah, if this is 5th... That's what I thought. It's the purple door that is 4th. Let me go do all of floor 1 real quick, just because they're way quicker. So let me finish going down here on floor 1. And do all the rooms here, and then we'll go back to floor 5. Because we really don't care about hitting the 5th dead end room then. Like, if that was 4th room, we would 100% not want to use any torches here and go all in on 5th. But because the 5th rooms take so much longer, and because the reward for doing so isn't as high, I think we go back to floor 1 just to get the quicker battles. We're still going back to floor 5, though, once we finish the floor 1 battles. But we don't need to prioritize the boss room as much, since the loot for it is way worse compared to his floor 4. No way he got Devour. He actually got it. There's a non-zero chance we lose this battle. What on earth is happening? Imagine he devours here. No, there's not enough brown on the board. There's a non-zero chance we lose this battle. Thank you. He just saved my troop that was about to die. That is crazy. We almost just lost to a floor 1 fight. Yeah, that should be lethal. Or sure, hope so. Gosh, I need it. Maybe we should use the trinkets. I don't know. We have a lot of trinkets we've just been stacking there. I forget what most of them even do. The problem is they don't give you anywhere near enough to bother utilizing them. I haven't used like a single trinket ever other than like when we were showing them off one day. And the total I have are not even 100 of each. I've saved these up since Underspires existed, other than the few we used on one day just to show them off on like day 1 or whatever it was. And we have less than 100 of each, except for Resistance for some reason we have so many of. But not counting Resistance, we have less than 100 after like, what, 3 years of Underspire? 2 years? How long has it been? I forget how long Underspire's been around. But that's how little it gives you. And if you were to do a full completion, you do like 100 battles in a week. So that's such a small amount. Like the amount after 2 years is enough to last you like a month. It's a big issue with a lot of those trinkets for pretty much every game mode where they apply to. They don't give you enough to justify using them. They're too expensive for how little they do. And you get them too infrequently through, you know, all the free stuff to bother utilizing them at all, other than for maybe. The only time you would maybe use them is when you're using a lantern and you really want to make sure you win the battle. It's like the only time I could really see them coming into play. Oh, speaking of trinkets, 2 Frost Trinket right there. That's the problem. Like, if that was 20 Frost Trinket, yeah, we'd probably use some of them. But only 2? We'll get, like, at best, like, 4 to 6 total trinkets today. And, of course, that's after they added the trinket rooms, too. They even added a trinket room that gives you, like, what, 6 trinkets, 5 trinkets, 3 trinkets, whatever it is. Like, some small assortment of trinkets. Even with that, the number barely goes up. There's, like, 2 or 3 of those rooms every week. Alright, come on, full mana. You're almost there. Alright, dead end room, and then we have 7 to go use in the really high level area. So at this point, we're pretty much just trying to find any dead ends. And of course, trying to avoid the primary path. Alright, only 3 purples. That is not great. That's one big issue with this team is both the book and Bane of Mercy are both really dependent on there being purples on the board. And when there's none, neither of them can do that much. Alright, nothing we need there. Where's the door? Alright, so we want to go down here because we know for sure this is going to primary path. I have no clue where this is going, but we're going to follow this one. Because it's more likely to lead somewhere that actually has value. Even though it's the area we don't have scouted. But the area that we do have scouted is leading to nothing. Oh, I forgot. I need to stop casting Greed. These are the battles that we have to double cast for. So the first cast I gotta make sure not to use Greed for. Otherwise we're just blocking 10 mana. I keep forgetting that. That's because, of course, on the other battles, we don't need to worry about that. But on these, we do. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it, I guess. Oh, so how is he not dead, by the way? Do we need a third one? Ooh, that purple convert's looking nice. Alright, remember, do not cast Greed. Alright, now we can cast Greed. Oh wow, we found the boss room. Yeah, we knew this was going to be something. And that something was the boss. Nice. Because we know that top goes to primary path. So we knew that bottom goes to not primary path. And apparently the solution is... does mean the primary path connects a little bit earlier than I thought it did, though, if this is the boss, but that's fine. But we knew that bottom was going to lead to not primary path based on where the door was. Which is why we went this way. Oh, that's a good convert. Unfortunately, just ruined it. How could you? Could have already had lethal. Speaking of lethal. There we go. Alright, this is a blue orb and curse runes. That's so bad. Is there anything we could even do with 4 more battles? 1, 2, 3. We already know that one does nothing. I guess I'll take them because there's a chance there's a chest on the route or maybe a trap room. But yeah, we're basically done. If anything, I might even get better value from doing it on the other area. Though maybe not, because we know for sure our first room does nothing. Oh, he denied the conversion I was going to go do. I was trying to get like a 2 to 3 point plan to go get into there, but it didn't quite work. He converted them all. Yeah, we'll get this down and then figure out what our win condition is. Which at this point I think is just click book and hope for a better board. Not that much better, but we can work with that. Alright, now we can do greed. Oh, he's gonna submerge. Oh, no, he unsubmerged with skull. Huge. Otherwise we wouldn't have done lethal there. Oh, perfect. This is a double path. We gotta go left. Nice. Oh, wait. Both of these are primary path though, aren't they? Wait. There's a problem. Both of these are primary path. Both left and up is primary path, so hopefully one of them is a special loot room. If not, I think our best bet is to go to floor 2 and just go forward that way. I'll get rid of all his barrier. This battle stage could be really annoying. He has the ability to triple barrier with his first slot. Alright, now the first slot's steady. He can't do that anymore. He might also get enough durability from that to offset them a little. Looks like it's not going to be enough though, luckily. We do not have enough to get anything here, so we're just going to have to take some mana, I guess. And then go for another explode. Hopefully it is full mana, and always greed into win condition, then we're good to go. Alright. Oh, let's see. Yeah, so both of these are primary path then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, because then I'd be able to see the door there. Wait, what is this? This is so weird. Is there a door right there? There shouldn't be. But let me just take both these trap rooms. Both these trap rooms could have some kind of loot. Alright, what do we need here? We'll take the thing over there. Grab the explode. I really shouldn't explode for 1 mana here. But I don't have any way to get 1 mana. This feels like a waste, but I'd rather convert than do the explode just so we can get some more on the board. So we'll do that and then explode. And then we just get our mana right back and then explode again. If we could just get the last little bit of that mana, that'd be great. Alright, there we go. Yep, that's the door. Alright, so we already knew that. So yeah, this was primary path. So we already knew that earlier. Alright, cool. And then we just take this room because it's the only other loot room we can get. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything? Otherwise, we'll probably call it here. As soon as we clear out this battle. And then we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Actually, at this point, hour and a half. And, of course, we'll have the weekly video at some point throughout the day. And we'll go from there. Hopefully pretty early, because I do have a doctor's appointment I need to go to at some point tomorrow. I think it's around 3-ish p.m., obviously. Obviously, it's not a.m. Alright, there we go. That's everything. I think our booster's still ticking down, but that's fine. But anyways, guys, we'll call it there. Thank you so much for stopping by as always. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.